I took the Florida bar in July of 2017. At first I followed the Stetson plan pretty closely, but as I continued with my studies, I started to notice certain study habits that worked better for me than others, like watching the lectures in the evening instead of in the morning, doing my questions in the morning when I was alert and awake. I talked to some of the ladies down at Bar Prep Services, and they kind of helped me structure it to me so it was a little more flexible. If you go down and you talk to the people at Bar Prep Services, they're really good about working with you to make sure that you're getting the most out of that crazy 2 months of studying for the bar. There were some days, especially the days that I had lighter study days planned in my actual bar prep program. It kind of supplemented it. If I felt like I was having a really good, strong day, I could kind of look ahead and see some things that I wanted to touch on, maybe review an outline or do some extra quizzes or multiple choice questions. And it really helped me be able to supplement what I was already learning from my bar prep program. Unlike most of the bar prep programs, there was additional tasks that weren't kind of part of that original program. So it gave you more things to do, more things to think about. Instead of just focusing on one subject, you would go back to a subject you had already maybe reviewed earlier in the week. So it was a nice refresher, especially for those courses that I didn't do as well in my 1L year. So it helped with that. I got to the point where I was really happy to work with the people with Bar Prep because I didn't feel like I had to follow it exactly, but I could make it work for me. So some days when I had a really full day with my regular Bar Prep program, I wouldn't supplement it with a Stetson plan. And that was okay because I felt like I was getting the amount of knowledge I needed at that time. But there were other days where I felt like I could add on more and I could challenge myself more, especially the closer it got to the exam. I wanted to challenge myself with more practice sets of questions, and they could be mixed subjects. Whereas in the beginning or right before the exam, like that last couple weeks, I wanted to take it easy on myself to get into the groove. I have a little trick that I used and some of my peers when we were studying for the bar. It made my house look like a disaster, but I promise it works. I stuck flashcards on every door or every surface that I'd have to open. So the refrigerator, the microwave, the door to the bathroom, any place I could, and I would mix up the subjects by color, so I would know which color went with which. And if they had a star on them, they'd be Florida specific instead of MB specific. I would make it so that I had to answer a question right in order to get into the door or use the refrigerator or anything like that. So I would still, even in my off time, be kind of practicing and solidifying my bar studies.